Hello, welcome back to Access at E3. I'm Rob, joined by Dave.
Hello.
Dave, we've had our annual game of PES.
Yes, maybe 3 games.
This year it's been PES 2019.
It has.
We had our traditional 0-0.
We did, we started with that.
We opened with our traditional 0-0.
Get that out of the way.
Then we actually played a co-op game.
Yes,
which
we did.
We don't usually do because we play lots of Master League co-op together.
Yes, we do.
And then we played another game head-on-head and I won.
Well,
so,
just.
Technically. A win is a win, Dave.
Technically you won.
A win is a win. There's no technical... let's start. We're going to talk about 5 changes that you need to know about that I was quite excited by. The presentation was really good as well.
It was.
Okay, the first thing, the legends that are going to be in the game. There's a legends team you can play as.
Yes.
And we've got a bunch of legends. Some of them were introduced into PES 2018, but now they look great, especially the hair. I'm going to talk about the hair in a minute. But on the Legends team, we played as the Legends team.
We did, yeah.
Cruyff, Johan Cruyff is on the team, Ruud Gullit, David Beckham, Paolo Maldini, Romario, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, Oliver Kahn. I love Oliver Kahn.
Yeah, I love Oliver Kahn.
And they did feel like properly amazing players.
Yes, they did. That was the game we played co-op. We played Legends against Brazil.
Yeah.
You and I were Legends. We scored within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I mean, that wasn't. That was maybe not indicative of the game. But yes, they did. They felt amazing. Like it just felt like you could make things happen with. You just every pass, you just knew it was going to a player who had skills.
Crossing with David Beckham.
So good.
Just the way he caresses the ball in and just the whip he can get on it. Dribbling with Diego Maradona.
Yeah, so nice. He's so quick as well. So quick. Also, really nippy.
They were we were playing against Brazil, who have, quite talented
Some
players.
All right players.
They're all not bad. Gabriel Jesus was running at me. I was Lothar Matthäus. I just took him out. Tackling with awesome defenders is also really satisfying.
Yes, it is.
Winning headers with Paolo Maldini.
Yeah. It was great, and it's worth saying, actually, mentioning David Beckham, that there's going to be a David Beckham edition. They seem very excited about David Beckham this year. There's a David Beckham edition. It's with what they're describing as 2018 David Beckham.
Yes.
And what that means is they scanned him this year, a couple of weeks ago, I think. He's going in the game. I'm assuming, there will also be, the David Beckham we were playing with in the Legends team was a younger David Beckham.
2002 David Beckham, judging by the hairstyle.
Yes.
He was the era of the mohawk.
Yeah, that's right. And if you've seen the trailer, I think it's a great trailer this year. The David Beckham recreated, the recreations of David Beckham's two of his very famous goals are so good. The way that the way he kicks the ball, that kind of it's just so Beckham.
We can't describe it, but you know what he looks like,
His feet are almost crossed somehow. It's really weird. And the way, from the halfway line, that goal is...
Oh, the goal from the halfway line. And they somehow managed to recreate that in the trailer. I wonder how long it took them to do that for the trailer.
They've probably got secret buttons in the back. But
make this a goal.
I like to think it was someone's job. What are you doing today? I'm recreating that Beckham goal from the halfway line.
I'm also really intrigued by 2018 David Beckham, because I'm assuming they're going to give him stats that mean he isn't rubbish. Because if it's pace 36 for 2018 David Beckham,
handsomeness
99.
Absolutely.
Because flipping heck, he just gets better with age, doesn't he, David Beckham?
He does,
But anyway, point number 2, and this was really important, I thought. They've designed a new ball.
Yes.
Which shows off the new ball physics that they've got in the game.
Yes. Am I right in thinking it's called Fuerza? The ball, I think they've called Fuerza.
Yes, and it's a
nice
beautiful ball.
To be fair.
And I like the way it spins.
Well,
and just playing the game, we have this every year. We have to try and articulate how it feels to play the new game compared to the last one.
Yeah.
And I said to Dave, it feels like the ball is connected to the grass a bit better.
Yes. Yes.
And it really did.
It really did,
The way it was moving, the way it was spinning across the turf, the way players would control it, the way it would sort of bounce off their feet. And
it was as we said, it's hard to describe.
Yeah.
But I think that's as good as it's going to get, Rob. Yeah, it felt more like a real ball.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes in football games, especially when you're pinging passes around, it can feel more like you're sending an air hockey puck against a glossy aired surface, whereas this felt like a round leather ball bobbling and rolling along a grassy, muddy pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just, PES feels beautiful to play moment to moment anyway. I've always enjoyed the passing in PES.
Yes.
This felt super responsive.
It didn't feel like a part of an animation. It felt like it existed within the game. You know, it's like a real physical thing that the players were interacting with. I don't know how to describe it other than that. It's good. It's a good ball.
Good ball.
It's got its own name. It's called Fuerza.
Point number 3. There are a bunch of little gameplay tweaks that they took us through in the presentation that we were able to get a look at in the game. One of them is visible fatigue.
Yes.
So, I mean, this is going to be a problem for us in Master League, Dave, because we
feel
never
like
sub players off when they're tired. We just keep them on. You will play on.
Just keep going.
Keep going. But in this time, if a player has poor stamina or they're completely wiped out or you've been sprinting too much with someone, they will start, hands on hips, sort of breathing heavily. They won't be able to get back into position quickly enough. They won't be able to maybe bomb on and get into a position to get a head on goal or something like that. So you've got to be careful with those players.
Well, also, when they're visibly tired, they are at risk of getting injured as well. Like it's so that's a big deal.
Happily, there is now a quick sub option in PES. So if someone is visibly tired, the game gives you an option to quick sub them. Yeah,
it's something we've seen in FIFA as well. Whenever the ball goes dead, and I guess later in the game, it's not just every time the ball goes dead, but there's the option. It's on the touchpad. Hold the touchpad. The computer will suggest players, but also you can just pick someone yourself.
This man is tired. Get him off the pool. Other cool things. There was like an improved first touch thing. They showed us Pogba as a man with amazing first touch anyway. They've improved that. We reworked dribbling. Now I noticed this quite a lot. I was deliberately messing about with Messi. Messing about with Messi and with Diego Maradona as well, just really trying to see how far the game would go. And it really is just, PES has always been really good for enabling you to beat a man without doing a fancy trick, just by shifting direction and changing pace. And it felt like they turned that up to 11 this time. Maradona was so responsive. And the way, and it's for defenders, it's so hard to predict which way they're going to go. You can really change direction super quick. You did me a couple of times with Dembele when you were France.
And I was going to say, it's not just a Maradona thing. Like Dembele must have ran past 3 or 4 people, and I was just using the left stick. Like not even the R2 like modifier. It was just the left stick, and the ball felt closely controlled, and like he was able to move it around, like not unnaturally, but just it was under his control. And
they've also got some new shooting techniques.
And these look great.
You'll be able to see this in the trailer as well. They've got a dipping shot. Again, players like Pogba really good at this. Ronaldo with his like free kick technique where you get a lot of dip on the ball and it plummets down, and also the rising shot.
The opposite of the dip.
With the opposite of the dip.
A very pleasant goal. I think that might be my favourite kind of goal. One where it just rockets up into the top corner.
Just the way the ball kind of hits that air current beautifully and just soars like a frisbee.
Exactly like that.
Just into the top corner.
And with the new Fuerza, you can see the ball spinning. You can see what's happening even better. But no, I think that's obviously something people have been wanting to look for.
Absolutely.
Adding to the magic of goals.
Yes. And before we move on, we should also mention that PES 2019 is only being made for current generation consoles.
Yes, which is something that I think they're really excited about. I mean,
so there's no PS3 version this year, just to clarify. It's only beginning coming out on PS4.
Which I think has unlocked a lot of things within the engine. A lot more power in the engine that they're able to kind of squeeze now that they don't have to think about older consoles as much. Particularly if you have a Pro, 4K, and and HDR as well. And I must admit, the sort of stadium effects and everything are looking
amazing.
really good this year.
And that's point number 4 is their new engine, the Enlighten. The Enlighten engine, they've called it,
I think so.
Which gives them
the Fox engine, isn't it?
It's the Fox engine, but Enlighten is their lighting system. They've got not real time, but real time in terms of the match lighting. So that classic thing: if you're playing a game of football and it's sunny in PES, it just stays the same place. Whereas now the sun will move around like it would in the real world, and the shadows on the pitch will move. So one area of the game you might have heavy shadows on a pitch. Those shadows may move gradually up the pitch as the game progresses.
Well, 90 minutes is quite a long time, and you do get that, don't you?
Absolutely,
in football matches. So something that is going to be in the game.
And snow is in the game. We played a
game. Very excited about snow.
We played a game at Anfield in the snow. That was our Legends game, actually.
It was.
And the pitch felt slower.
It did.
And some people were falling over in the snow. It was quite comical.
Yes, they were. I think in a way we kind of undid some of the snow by playing with the legends.
Yes.
You know, we put the best possible team on
snow
the snow.
97.
And also we were playing against Brazil, who probably don't have a lot of knowledge of snow. But
Pavel Nedved fell over a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I saw his hair just bouncing beautifully. I was like, oh, that hair looks great.
I'm going to only play in the snow and get people falling over so I can look at their hair.
Nedved's hair physics, brilliant.
Yes.
Well, you did mention there's a lot of hair in that Legends team.
There's a lot of hair.
Cruyff has got some hair. Ruud Gullit obviously has got some hair.
It turns out there was just a period where big hair was, it was for footballers especially. That was
big talent.
Oh, it did. It certainly did. Yeah.
And our 5th point, and this is, we're addressing some of the changes to 2 big modes here. First of all, My Club.
Yep.
The spinning ball thing where you get a new player, that's been replaced by packs now. Yep. Much like the other thing.
It's worked. It's worked for other franchises, hasn't it?
So you'll be able to have pack openings in PES My Club now. Master League, there've also been some tweaks which we're very excited about, Dave, to the transfer system. They've made the prices more realistic.
Yes. I'm laughing because we've come a cropper of the transfer system ourselves
many
before.
times.
Many times. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they've improved it. It looked like there was a screenshot, I don't know if you saw this, Rob, that when you kind of negotiate with a player, you have 2 separate negotiations with the club and with the player.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting kind of new problem to deal with.
So you've got to agree a salary with the player and terms, while also agreeing a transfer fee with the club.
Yeah. And before this all used to be kind of just handled on one screen, and it was one figure really. Yeah. Now it's been split up into 2 things. They're 2 kind of different negotiations you have to have side by side.
And the budget management has been tweaked and improved apparently as well. So.
That's good news.
I hope it helps us, Dave, because
in our current
we're
Master
bad.
League, we are low on budget.
Getting rid of all those players. Can we get rid of this player? He's being paid way too much money.
Yeah.
We were getting rid of players based on how much wage bill they were taking up.
Yeah. A word of advice for any Master League players out there: keep an eye on your appearance bonuses and your goal bonuses, because we were going, where is all the money going? We've been paying players quite a lot
£700 a match just to be in the game.
Yeah.
We were so desperate to sign them.
Yes. Mistakes were made.
But I think outside of these points, David, it's worth knowing that once again, it felt brilliant to play.
It did,
really good
and
fun.
I would say one other thing I kind of noticed, which maybe has been covered, is it felt a little bit quicker this year, and I think they slowed it down a little bit last year, and I really liked that then, because we were playing more of a tactical
it's like
passing
a tiny
game.
little slider every year, isn't it? All a bit too much so.
This year they've gone back up a little bit, and it felt, with the improvements to dribbling and stuff, it felt like you were able to do more with the ball. I liked it.
One thing I really specifically liked was I quite like playing 1-2s where you pass it into a man and you instantly lay it off, and that man turns and runs. That felt a lot more responsive in this game. We scored a goal with the Legends where we did a couple of 1-2 layoffs, and my player laid it off to you. Maradona did a great little back heel to David Beckham.
It was lovely.
And just that link-up play and the intelligence of the players to know that when they've made that layoff, they should instantly turn and run. That seams to be improved.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
The players were doing that all the time. They were laying it off and then instantly getting into a good position to receive the ball again.
Absolutely. It looked really, really good. Felt really natural.
It just felt great.
I think it's a really good trailer this year. I think they've, quite often football game trailers, they go a little bit into the nitty gritty. They don't show you enough kind of gameplay, like little gameplay sections. I think the trailer's really good this year. It will have been all over this video anyway, but go and check it out. It gives you a good look at the reality of PES 2019 this year.
Well, there you go. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Let us know what you think of PES 2019 in the comments, and please do stay with us because we've got absolutely loads more coming up from E3.